Hey friends, thanks for tuning in. I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I'm recording this the night before Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to tell everybody that I have an important update that I want to share with you about Pizzagate. We're over the target, so we're taking flack. All of us as independent citizen journalists, as researchers, are going to shine the light of truth on this DC pedo ring, otherwise known as Pizzagate. We know we're over the target when we're taking this much flack. So many of us are taking flack. And of course, Reddit shut down the Pizzagate subreddit on Tuesday night. And yet that research will live on at Vote, V-O-A-T. And I want to commend everybody who's participating in this research because it's absolutely so groundbreaking. One quick note, I just did an interview with Jason Burek of Wall Street for Main Street. We had a very interesting conversation. Unfortunately, the entire conversation has an echo in it. So instead of playing that interview, I would invite all of you, go to Jason's YouTube channel, Wall Street for Main Street, and listen to his latest interview with Charles Ortel. It's an excellent interview, and in that interview, Charles Ortel says not even a pardon can save the Clintons. Since their criminality through the Clinton Foundation is so far-reaching, a pardon won't be enough to get them off the hook. But back to Pizzagate, I just want to say that it was very telling that the New York Times wrote an article trying to defend James Alefantis the other day. The name of the article was "Fake News Onslaught Targets Pizzeria as Nest of Child Trafficking." Look, the folks at Hagman and Hagman, the folks at 4chan, the great researchers at Reddit, the Pettibone sisters, a call for an uprising. The list goes on and on of great researchers out there sharing this information about child sex trafficking and what is now very clearly a DC pedo ring. And as I've been saying, these people are a protected class, and I'm going to prove that to you here in just one second. But they are a protected class, just like Jimmy Savile was a protected pedophile in the UK. When it was widely known what he was up to, he was not just a lone pedophile, he was part of a pedophile network.
Jimmy Savile, far from being a lone predator, seemingly played an active role in supplying children to a network of child abusers in London.
He was part of a much larger network, and he was allowed to get away with his crimes, including crimes against children and necrophilia, for decades because he was connected to Prince Charles, the Queen of England, and essentially this New World Order. So we're well aware that there is a global pedophile ring. And as Pizzagate has now made us very well aware, there appears to be a very entrenched DC pedo ring. And one great example of how entrenched it is the fact that allegedly the owner of Besta Pizza is also allegedly the same Andrew Klein of the Human Trafficking Prosecution Unit of the Department of Justice. Now, if that is true, then it's the best single example of the fox guarding the henhouse that we've ever seen. And it would help us understand why Tom DeLay in 2015 was blowing the whistle and screaming from the rooftops that the Department of Justice itself is seeking to normalize or legalize 12 perversions, including bestiality and sex with children.
Are you going to go after their tax-exempt status? And the Solicitor General said that's a conversation we will need to have.
Well, we've already found a secret memo coming out of the Justice Department. They're now going to go after 12 new perversions, things like bestiality, polygamy, having sex with little boys and making that legal.
And getting back to the New York Times, one of the best single examples of mockingbird mainstream horror media news, this article, "Fake News Onslaught Targets Pizzeria as Nest of Child Trafficking," could only come from a rag as discredited as the New York Times. Because on October 5th, 2014, the New York Times ran an op-ed by a pedophile named Marco Kaplan, and the name of the article is "Pedophilia, a Disorder, Not a Crime." Now, before I let you go, I want to call attention to an excellent video that we shared at SGT Report and at thephaser.com, and it's called The De-Occulting of John Podesta. I'll leave the link below, and I highly recommend that you watch it, because this picture of John Podesta equals 322. And guys, if you want to be absolutely blown away by how deep this rabbit hole goes, I will post this video for you below in the information section. It's called Understanding Pizzagate, Opening the Rabbit Hole by Stirling.
This is Pizzagate. Search for it on Twitter. It's fucking huge. It's blowing up right now. It's absolutely exploded in the last couple days. I mean, look, I'm not even tweeting anything, and I've been getting 13,000 impressions. I only have 200 followers. It's blowing up right now. It's absolutely blowing up. People are searching for it. Look at the Google Trends. The Google Trends interest over time is 100%. It's at the highest it's ever been for this thing, and that's a week ago. That's freaking 7 days ago. I took this picture of Google Trends being at the highest it's ever been. Pizzagate's flying up. Okay, so spread this shit fast.
And I'll give the final word to Brittany Pettibone, who said on Twitter after the closure of the subreddit Pizzagate. Pizzagate is a worldwide citizen investigation now. It cannot be stopped. At this point, the truth being brought to light is inevitable. My hat's off on Thanksgiving Day to all of you wonderful researchers who care enough about saving these children from the beastly, monstrous pedophiles that are committing unspeakable evils behind closed doors. Thanks for watching, and for real news 24/7, visit us at sgtreport.com, thephaser.com, and thelibertymill.com. God bless.
Take no part in unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them, for it is shameful even to speak of the things that they do in secret.